Kristen, and I have your new favorite book. It's called Dragon Post. It just released. I have tested it out with all 4 of my kids, and they are all obsessed with this book. It has 5 letters that actually come out to this boy, Alex, who finds a dragon under his stairs. And this book, look at this awesome kind of neon orangey dragon. You might recognize the beautiful illustrations by author and illustrator Emma Yarlett, who also designed Nibbles. Alex doesn't know what to do about this dragon that's under his stairs, so he starts writing letters to ask for help. He writes to the fire brigade, and here's what I want you to see, is that these pages have actual envelopes, and then a letter comes out. An urgent from the fire brigade, and it is clever, adorable, detailed, and it's this wonderful response, and it goes back in here. And then the fire brigade actually told him to keep his dragon moist. And so look at all these cute little containers of water that he has, and he's spraying his dragon to keep it moist because he's following the instructions. But then he has a question about what dragons eat. And so he asks the butcher, and the butcher sends this really clever, and here we are, the butcher's response back on the butcher's postcard. Now, I have an 11-year-old, and he is hard to please, especially with children's books that might be geared to younger kids. But this one has enough wit in it and enough funny puns that he just laughed and laughed and thought these things, they made him giggle. And so to make my little 11-year-old giggle while reading a children's book is a pretty great accomplishment. And so I just really recommend this book to you. The 7-year-olds in my house were totally in love with it. There's 5 letters. They all come out. This letter is from the wildlife, hold on, let's see, World Animal Welfare. And he had an encounter with a lion. Can you see that there's a bite mark out of the sides of this letter? It's just the details in here, the quality of the paper, the quality of the storytelling. It's simple, it's graphic, it's beautiful. We love Dragon Post. You're gonna love it. Can't wait to share it with you and your kids. I wanna show you another new release. This is Lifesize. Can you see how big this book is? So Dragon Post was a large book, but Lifesize is way bigger, and it is full of actual life-size scale images of animals. So, for example, here's the hummingbird to scale, but this is the polar bear to scale. This is how big. So your child can put their hand right on a polar bear's paw to see how large it really is. And then you're gonna get a page of more information about the polar bear and narwhals. This fun page, this is a giant squid's eye, and this is actually a cutout here. You can see, and then when you turn the page, you get to see the entire giant squid. And so just really delightful. Like, this is the actual size of a tiger's mouth. Like, your kids, they popped this thing on the floor and laid down, and they couldn't believe how fun and giant this was. And it's not a new release, but if you don't know about I Say Ooh, You Say Ah yet, this is one of my favorite read-alouds. It makes your kids say funny things out loud. So it says that whenever you see the color red, you need to pat your head. And when you see an ant, you need to say underpants. So now your kids, while looking at this, are gonna be patting their head, giggling, and when they see an ant on this page, they have to say underpants. And this book is just this really, really fun read aloud that gets funnier every time you read it, because they're gonna get used to it, and they're gonna know what's coming next, and they're gonna laugh and laugh and laugh. And the punchline of the story is when Ooh, the donkey, shows up with underpants on his head, and it asks them, whose underpants, who did these underpants belong to? And then they've been taught already to say their name when they see the cloud, so they're gonna call out their name, and then you get to say, they're your underpants? And I mean, you guys, the giggles. And this is a great one if you have an older child to read to younger kids. It's great if you're a teacher, you wanna do this in story time. It's great if you're a librarian, you're gonna want this too. So I Say Ooh, You Say Ah, this is a winner. Those are 3 fantastic books. I'm so excited to share them with you. And you can see more at theusbornshop.com. That's where you can find me, and I'd love to help you. Thanks, bye.